One of the weirdest delusions coming from the left in recent months is the weird angle they've been taking with like this Asian violence thing. For those of you who aren't aware, it's been like an observed phenomenon in recent months, over the past couple of months, that Asian communities seem to be under attack by a certain group of people, and these people are black. We've known this for a long time. Everyone who's been like following the situation knows it's black people doing it, and we're not quite sure what the reasoning for it is. Like, I think it might have something to do with the fact that there was an Asian guy at like the George Floyd arrest, like that kind of thing. But what's happening is that like a bunch of black people are starting to aggressively go after Asians, and there might be all sorts of reasons for it, but like in America, you're not allowed to hold black people accountable for anything. So what we're seeing the media and the left do at this point in time is try to somehow blame the violence on the Asian community, on white supremacists, and Donald Trump. Like, somehow these attacks committed by black people against an entire demographic, right? Someone who isn't them, right? Is somehow brushed under the rug and ignored, and they try to pin the blame on someone else. Like, we keep seeing this like in a lot of different ways, in a lot of different fashions, and a lot of different you see this kind of this kind of mindset like express itself in a lot of different ways. But I think in like, you know, in the 2020, right, like post 2020, like post freedom America, it's getting more and more extreme and more ridiculous. Like, it's becoming unfathomable to me just how far these people have to reach to try and blame white people for something blacks are doing to another minority. Like, it's been like an observed phenomenon for me in recent years. You know, someone who, like, you know, dates Asian women, primarily enjoys Asian media, you know, is thinking of learning an Asian language. Like, someone like me who's descended from people who, you know, fought Asians in wars and stuff like that. Someone like me could, like, you know, learn to love and appreciate this race of people for who they are, right? Meanwhile, blacks seem to antagonize and, like, get into fights with basically every group of people they interact with. It's almost like, imagine this, black people are the problem. It's almost like we are approaching the point where I think it's honestly safe to say that every race in America is going to hate black people. Like, that's kind of where we're going down. I think this is the major turning point, actually. It's becoming more and more apparent to, like, minority groups that blacks are way out of control. Like, people keep handling them with kid gloves. Like, they're not held accountable for their actions. Like, they commit, like, insanely high crime rates. Their culture is, like, disgusting. Like, they won't improve themselves at all. Like, they keep blaming other groups in their... Like, I'm hearing all these weird stories about, like, you know, Asians, all right? There was a story a while back about, like, this... about some sort of school event, and like blacks were trying to like talk shit about Asians. Like, black parents were trying to accuse Asians of like a racial bias, and that's why they were doing better in school. And then like some Asian mom blew her top off. Like, you know, my child works very, very hard to do exceptional in school, and yours doesn't. There's no conspiracy here. There's no racism. There's no bigotry. Like, my Asian child is simply superior academically to your black one. And simply acknowledging that fact in a lot of respects is seen as like being racist, or in some ways, like, yeah. Like, you know, it feels like racism is becoming just a code word for, like, black people to, like, get whatever they want. You know what I mean? Like, George Floyd was murdered, so I get to loot this Target. I get to steal some iPhones. I get to destroy this building. Like, I gotta set this on fire. Like, it's stupid. Like, it really is stupid. It is reprehensible. It's abhorrent. And I hope it gets called out more. I guess we can welcome Asians into like the white supremacist family alongside like every other race in America. Like, is that the world we're living in now? Like, everyone who isn't black is a fucking white supremacist? Because that's what it feels like we're going. That's the direction I think we're going down. Like, everyone that isn't part of that circle is part of the problem. Everyone in the world is out to get the blacks, and we need to protect them from the racism of all of these people.